we are looking at how to create a Feng Shui moon ritual. Feng Shui is very associated with flow and the seasons. We also look at the new moon, and the Chinese New Year actually does sit in sync with the first new moon in the year. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell and you will get notified when my video is released. I have so much information that I just cannot wait to share with you about Feng Shui and to help really skyrocket your life and your home to next levels that you couldn't even imagine. So why would we do a moon ritual? Well, the moon is very much connected to us as women, and even as men, it's still going to be affecting us. If you just think about, first of all, the impact of the moon has on Mother Earth itself. So the moon, when it's in full moon, it's full high tides. We often see, and hospitals report that there's more births. More women give birth during the full moon because they're literally, the water is at its fullest. The tide is completely affected by the power of the moon. As human beings, we are 75% to 80% water. So we are really being affected by the moon as well. So we can go through different energies and different feelings and emotions literally by the full moon. The full moon can be a time when you've got like more energy, more ready to go, more likely to have a party, more like, yes, let's do it, life is full, the cup is full and overflowing. Whereas the new moon is the yin moon. So in Feng Shui, the full moon is about the yang and the new moon is the yin. The yin is a time of introspection, going inside. It's reflection. It's the time of planting the seeds. It's almost like winter, that winter season of darkness, introversion, reflection. So every month we have this opportunity to move with those two energies at the peak of both of them. So the invitation, and you can do it if you want, but for me, I've actually always, for countless years since I was in my early 20s, every single new moon, I would sit with my journal and write down my intentions for the month to come, for this new moon. And oftentimes when you're setting those intentions, you think they're for that month, but they actually move in a 6-month rhythm as well. So the planets come back in a 6-month cycle. So often what you journal about or you set your intentions for, you'll see unfold within the 6-month cycle. But on a new moon, I would recommend sitting and spending some time journaling about your intentions, what it is you're planting, seeding. And then the full moon is what you're letting go of, what are you ready to release. It is the time of releasing, washing away, and clearing. Now, some people set intentions at the full moon as well, and that's up to you. For me, it really resonates with the new moon to set the intentions, plant the seeds in that dark moon, and then the full moon to release. So what can you do at both of those times? Well, the new moon, as I said, sit and journal. And, you know, when we think about the word ritual, it can feel like a loaded question, a loaded kind of subject that you have to do special things. But it's very much up to you. Tune into what feels good. For me, I love lighting a candle that feels nice, creating a sacred space. So that could be, you know, doing a little space clearing with a rattle or a bell or a chime or a singing bowl, clearing the space, making, you know, it's just like setting some special time aside for you. Like, how often do you do that for yourself? To just drop in. And the ritual can be just some meditation, like literally some meditation, to sit and meditate about your intentions and then just journal them. That's really a nice new moon one. I've done a really, years ago, beautiful new moon intention setting circle where we had bulbs, like literally plant bulbs, and we infused each of the plants bulbs with our intentions and then planted them in our gardens and watched the plants grow and blossom. And so many of the people who joined that circle came back to me and were like, oh my God, the things that I infused came into my life. So you can really kind of use your imagination of like what it is, what feels good for you with that, with the rituals. Now, The full moon is a time of releasing. So if there's things that you want to, you could do a little meditation, set up some space, and journal things that you want to release and let go, things that no longer serve you, and do a little burning, like literally burn them and let them go. And that will help release. And what you're doing is also creating this synergy, which I absolutely adore in Feng Shui, is that, you know, nature bores in a vacuum. So when we do release, we then make space for new things to come in. So we're making space for those seeds of intention that we have planted to come back in, and we're creating and tapping into that cycle of life, which is what we're doing when we're doing a ritual. And exactly what we're doing with Feng Shui. We are literally tapping into the divine flow, the Taoist flow of balance of yin and yang energy, and finding that harmony in our homes that then comes in and balances ourselves and sees us being drawn and moving to the natural flow of life and being drawn to what it is that we're meant to create and call in our lives. And it's just a magical, magical journey. So I highly recommend you taking some time. You know, how do you know when the full moon and the new moon is? Like, full moon, you can see in the sky, you're nearly awake with it. It's so bright and vibrant. And then the full moon is when it's the dark moon. And, you know, there are different phases of the moon that people have different recommendations, but just getting started, you can start with those 2 times. And even if you do those rituals within like 24 or 48 hours, you're still in that energy. So don't think you have to do it every single time, but like within that energy. And you're really just honoring Mother Nature, the moon, and these cycles within yourself as well. So I have an incredible guide for you that is a checklist that's going to show you room by room what exactly you can be doing to improve the flow of energy and activate Feng Shui in your home. This guide and checklist is usually just for my clients, so you're in luck that you'll be able to get it today as a gift from me. You can grab that guide at patricialohan.com/checklist, and that will move you through every single room to Feng Shui your space and get that flow of all the things that you want coming into your life, easy peasy. Have some fun with it. Bring, you know, do your oracle cards, maybe like pull some cards at that time, and then let me know how you get on. If you've enjoyed this session, I do regularly do talks and shares in my group, but I also think that for those intentions that you want to set up, for those rituals, it's about planting seeds and, you know, and letting go. I highly recommend decluttering at the full moon, and setting intentions for your home and different areas of your home during the new moon.